playoffs 4 times. That is absolutely remarkable.
Matt Bonner, he's checked in for San Antonio. Bellinelli comes in for Leonard. Walker the pass to the professor. It's Henderson on the wing. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And with the Spurs in the playoffs, you can't even begin to think about a postseason without the Spurs being involved. Only 4 absences since 1976. That's incredible.
Feeds it to Bellinelli. Into Diaz. The shot misses. Jefferson with some nice D. Charlotte has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Of course, with the Spurs, the last time they missed the playoffs, they drafted perhaps one of the best power forwards of all time in Tim Duncan.
Well, you know, he's...
Oh, and what a feeling it's got to be as we get to see the very first NBA bucket from the professor.
First of many, I would expect, Kevin. He's going to be piling up points for many years to come.
Guys, no reason to think otherwise. I mean, everything we know and everything we've seen from this guy so far point to an illustrious career.
The feed to Bellinelli from past the arc. And it's Biyombo with the rebound.
That's a bold move, trying to respond to that 3, but he couldn't convert.
And here's Walker outside. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. Looking at what we've seen from the Hornets, what do you think?
And the defense has been key in building this.
And so we conclude the first half. Hornets ahead, leading by 14. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
All right, guys, focus on me. We got them where we want them, and we can quiet these fans down even more if we pay attention to a couple of key things. I'll start with what's been a solid offensive effort for us. We're shooting the ball well because we're not trying to do too much. If the shot hasn't been there, you guys haven't forced it. Good work. Now I'll give credit where credit is due. We've taken very good care of the basketball. Turnovers were scarce, and we need to keep it that way. And guys, where I want us to have the biggest presence in the next 2 quarters is on the offensive glass. That's where we're going to leave our mark. Nobody gave us a chance tonight, but we're right where I thought we'd be. But still, we're a long way from done. So let's keep our effort at 100% all the way to the end.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Setting the floor for the Hornets. At the 3, MKG and Cody Zeller at the 4. Mo Williams out there with Lance Stevenson. And it's Jefferson in at the center position. The turnaround jumper. And the rebound goes to Duncan. Duncan's got 5 rebounds tonight. The professor's checked in for Charlotte. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hey guys, I got a chance to hear what Steve Clifford was saying to his team. Was getting their offense to run through Zeller. Coach emphasized getting him as many touches as possible, saying he is going to be one of the guys to carry us the rest of the way. He also asked for a very strong effort on the offensive glass. He wants to see them cashing in on a lot of second chance opportunities. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
Thank you, Doris. Hornets leading by 11.
Well, it's absolutely incredible when you look at Tim Duncan and see the impact he continues to have on games at his current age. I mean, he looks much as he did early in his career. His game has really withstood the test of time, and I think it's partly due to his conditioning, but his IQ is a big factor, and his game has always been one that's been anchored in fundamentals and staying close to the ground. He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Boris Diaz checked in for San Antonio. Green comes in for Manu Ginobili. And then for Charlotte, Henderson comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Kemba Walker in for Mo Williams. And that one falls for Zeller. And at 38 years of age, Tim Duncan still going strong, guys.
Timeless. I mean, his dedication to diet and fitness, his flexibility, it's enabled him to remain in peak form. Maybe he doesn't move quite as quickly as he did 6-8 years ago, but he's shooting the ball better than ever. Footwork and his fundamental game obviously has always been there. So just an amazing late season or late career run for him.
Here's the Professor, guarded by Green. The Professor passes to Walker. Charlotte no good that time either. Spurs trail by 12. Mills with it. He's picked up by Walker. Here's Green. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Hornets.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And the other thing they're doing is they're forcing turnovers and then converting those miscues into points at the other end.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Bellinelli comes in for Leonard. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Patty Mills. The Hornets also with the sub. Biyombo is checked in for Zeller. And Walker kicks to Jefferson. Clock at 6. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Al Jefferson, 6'10", over 280 pounds, and he's got a 9'2" standing reach. He's got the size to play center, but hasn't always been a great defender at that position. I thought Charlotte really put it.
Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Bonner. And it's Mills in for Joseph. And then for Charlotte, Vonleh's checked in for Jefferson. Taylor comes in for Gerald Henderson. And the Professor subbed in for Kemba Walker. Diaw and Duncan at the 4 and the 5. Green out there with Mills. And it's Bellinelli in at the small forward position. That's the San Antonio 5. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Roberts. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. For Clark, Steve, and Doris, and the rest of the crew, Kevin Harlan saying see you next time.